Imagine a world where every tweet, every like, and every crypto transaction shapes your social status. A world where AI judges your worth and rewards you with digital perks, or punishes you when you step out of line. Sounds like a Black Mirror episode, right? Well, it's no longer just fiction. Welcome to the Black Mirror Experience, a new crypto game which brings the show's dystopian AI to life using blockchain technology. Hello and welcome back to Crypto Warehouse, where we dive into the most exciting projects in Web3. In today's video, we are breaking down this project, exploring the latest news, and connecting it to the bigger trends shaping our tech-driven future. But before we get into the video, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing, and turning the bell on so you never miss out on a video. Let's get into it. So let's start with the basics. The Black Mirror Experience is a licensed crypto game inspired by Netflix's hit Dystopian series created by Charlie Brooker. Built on the core protocol and backed by heavyweights like Animoca Brands and Avalanche, this project takes one of Black Mirror's most chilling concepts, a social credit system powered by AI, and turns it into an interactive blockchain game. So I also want to go through their Twitter really quickly, just to see some of their partnerships, and I want to go through their about us. So, Black Mirror _XP, the official Black Mirror token is coming, built on core protocol, backed by AVAX, Solana, Republic Crypto, and Animoca Brands, like we mentioned. You can get the link there. Again, I would advise you to go through their Twitter yourself as well, to go and see everything they are doing. It is in the early stages. So again, they mentioned the token is coming, the Black Mirror token is coming, and I just want to quickly look at their highlights as well, because this is like their main video. And if I go to this about us, which we will read in a second, I do want to go to the homepage. So here we are on the homepage. There's kind of three main areas you can go to on this page: the dashboard, social ID and rewards, and the roadmap and vision. Now, as I've seen so far, again, I could be kind of completely wrong on this. The dashboard and the social ID, as I've explored them, haven't been too filled up with actual content so far, because obviously it did mention in the Twitter that their token is coming. The main thing we can go through is their roadmap and their vision, but like I said, I do want to go through the about us quickly to get a bit of an overview on the app, and then we can go into the light paper, as they say, in a minute. So going back to the about us, I just want to read through this quickly. So, Netflix's dystopian franchise Black Mirror is one of the most popular and critically acclaimed TV shows of all time. We're bringing the Black Mirror universe to life in Web3. Our project merges the latest in adaptive and generative technologies, on-chain reputation scoring, and interactive storytelling. At its core is Iris, a virtual assistant inspired by multiple Black Mirror episodes across the series, designed to analyze, reward, and roast users in real time, turning your digital footprint into a dynamic reputation score that platforms and communities can seamlessly integrate. Paired with our Mirror token, we've created a gamified ecosystem in which engagement, collaboration, and long-term commitment are truly valued. Whether you're competing in live streams, unlocking premium AI coaching, or shaping communities-driven episodes, this is your chance to be part of a story that blurs the lines between fiction and reality. Powered by decades of collective expertise in entertainment, finance, and blockchain, each of our members' journeys speak for themselves, spanning the intersection of culture, music, finance, Web3 projects, games, and robust global infrastructure. Together, we are taking the Black Mirror ethos and building a next-generation entertainment platform where reputation is currency and every user has the power to influence the narrative. And then obviously at the bottom there, they've got a little welcome. So again, I think that was very important to read, because that, again, we will go through the light paper like I mentioned, but that kind of gives a really surface level breakdown of what they were trying to do. And again, like it mentioned in the Twitter, their account is decently old, but a lot of the updates they're posting, again, this is April, maybe about a month ago, so they're still kind of working on the main push of this. Again, October 2023, this is when they were kind of getting started. I haven't seen too much in terms of the engagement of this application so far, and again, it is just getting started. I do think if utilized properly, this will be a massively awesome project. I do love the concept. So before I go on to the light paper, I do want to go through how it works quickly, so we can see the setup process. Again, the light paper, I do think it's going to kind of give us an idea of what they're planning for the future. I think it's be very important because, again, like I just mentioned, they're just getting started. So how this app actually works, and I have gone through the process myself, so I can't really replicate it. I have to delete everything, so I can just kind of tell you. So you have to connect a crypto wallet and your X account to the platform. An AI named Iris, as we just mentioned, analyzes your online behavior. So go through your posts, your follows, your blockchain transactions. It all gets crunched and assigns you a reputation score. So it's not just a number of bragging rights, it's not just a random number they give you. They actually give you rewards based on your score. So again, like we mentioned with their About Us, and we will get onto in the light paper, they have plans for airdrops based on your score. You can actually access these rewards. So token airdrops, early access to features as well is another planned thing, or voting power in a narrative-driven events that shape the game's story. So again, mentioned in the About Us, talking about the episodes in quotation marks, they do plan to bring this universe forward using people in this AI system with voting and whatnot. So it kind of, you have a say. If you obviously have a good score and a good amount of power based on your reputation, then you can have more voting right to the future of these episodes, which actually develops the universe. So again, really, really awesome. Another quick thing before the light paper, we do have another historical venture from the Black Mirror universe into crypto, and that is the Smile Club. It was from a crypto startup, Pixelinks, introduced a gamified social experience inspired by Season 3's Nosedive. So this is the first time a token will be minted. Like we mentioned with Twitter, they are still in the works of doing a Black Mirror token. So this is the first time it's truly going to get properly involved in all the systems that crypto can actually provide. So again, their first one was a bit of a surface level one. This aims to be one of the bigger and more involved projects when it comes to crypto, and Black Mirror. So I want to move on to the light paper now, really quickly. It is really cool. They do have their thematic Netflix-esque kind of play bar and all this sort of stuff as we go through. But it's kind of like, it just reminds me of like a PowerPoint, which is fine. I don't want to read all this because again, the video will probably be like 40 minutes long, and no one's going to be watching this. So I will kind of skim through this quickly, with you guys, and then we can move on to some meat and potatoes of the video. So the Black Mirror experience. Black Mirror, we mentioned this, is one of the most watched dystopian franchises on Netflix. So it aims to blend blockchain, interactive social analysis, and provocative themes for the Black Mirror show and beyond, creating an immersive ecosystem in which users' choice and interactions generally matter. So yeah, like I mentioned, as we saw with the About Us, talking about the episodes and having that voting power, on the idea that if you have a good reputation score, you can utilize this to obviously get airdrops and other systems, but you can also vote on the future of some of these episodes with the universe. So moving on. So the context, again, like they mentioned, it was the Nosedive episode. This was quite a cool one. They have their phone, they kind of vote on each other, they can like and dislike people, and obviously it kind of dwindled. And obviously, as you know, if you have watched a Black Mirror episode before, you'll know how it results. I would advise you, to watch Nosedive. I think it is an amazing episode if you've not watched it already. I'm not going to skip, I'm not going to read too much of that because I want to talk about this. Why are they using crypto? Why can't they just make a normal, why can't you just connect your Twitter to this and then, there you go, there's your reputation score, you can post that yourself and everyone will laugh at you or everyone will cheer you on, whatever. Authentic user engagement matters, yet there's no easy quantifiable way to measure it across a space. Community analytics are fragmented across projects without a reliable way of knowing who is part of your ecosystem. Whether you're a decentralized platform, a gaming studio, NFT project, a media entertainment platform, you've likely felt the pain of unverified engagement. Rewarding your loyal members, those who hold through market turbulence, contribute ideas, cheer you and the team on through the challenges, and actively support the community becomes a guessing game without a concrete measure of trust. You're not really sure if they are going to exit your project the first chance they get or hold through the tough times. Meanwhile, brand partners and creators have no standardized method to identify genuine participants in a crowded, hype-driven space. So what it looks like to me is they are trying to actually provide some utility with this project. So it's not just some gimmicky, look at us guys, we're Black Mirror, we're going to make this really cool AI, and you're going to get to look at it and laugh at yourselves or laugh at your friends because they've got a really poor reputation score. It looks like they are actually trying to use this kind of medium of exchange of popularity via Black Mirror to actually provide a useful system and a platform, like they mentioned, where people, not only creators but community leaders, people who lead projects, can actually use this as a method to verify users participating in their airdrops or just systems as a whole. And I think, obviously, not saying I'm some amazing all-knowing community leader of people, but we have had our fair share of bots and AI entities in our giveaways and stuff such like that. So I think this is really useful for people who like to get involved in projects and are on the consumer side of things, because again, they can access new airdrops and systems to actually use. And I think it also supplies a good degree of utility for the split side, because again, a lot of projects, it's either targeting content creators or it's targeting a specific community, but this solves a problem on both ends of the stick. So again, using this medium of exchange via Black Mirror to actually provide a great deal of utility. Very, very, very cool. So I want to quickly go through their vision, which involves what sort of systems they're going to include in this Black Mirror experience. They've got 3, as I see. We've got reputation score, social ID, and app ecosystem, and the experiences which people will be able to utilize. So firstly, we have reputation score. Think of it as both an ongoing commentary on digital society and a next generation loyalty program, where your reputation score unlocks real benefits like whitelists for NFT drops, exclusive chats, event passes, brand specific perks, and more. Secondly, we have social ID. Every user also receives a blockchain-based social ID card NFT as a dynamic record of their interactions, allowing them to carry their reputation and a slice of Black Mirror dystopian charm, judgment, and perspective anywhere they go. Pretty cool. Again, this will be one of the bigger bragging rights, I reckon. Again, I think their systems are where the utility is, again, the reputation score and their app ecosystem, but I think the social ID will be also massive for the advertisement of this project. I think once big people start to get their social IDs and post it on Twitter, that's when the ball will start to get rolling. So lastly, we have app ecosystem. Our app ecosystem brings the Black Mirror inspired experience to life, offering interactive tools, social engagement features, and gamified mechanics that integrate seamlessly with the reputation score. So we have Iris, the not chatbot, super AI intelligence, which analyzes you for all your worth and, judges you not based on feeling, but based on complete facts. If, social media interactions and likes and follows are facts. Anyway, how Iris observes and interacts. This is the interesting part I actually want to read. So, firstly, we have social insights. Posts, follows, reactions, and engagement quality help Iris detect whether you are a genuine contributor, a troll, a rampant spammer, etc. On-chain behaviors. Iris may examine how you participate in decentralized communities, holding versus dumping tokens, flipping versus collecting NFTs, and factor your interactions with other projects into your standing. That is probably one of the most interesting parts I see. Again, this third one is pretty cool. You can talk to Iris yourself. This is cool, I guess, as you talk directly to Iris, whether you're pleading your case, seeking advice on your score, or simply sharing insights to gain her favor. Iris finds its understanding of your motives and persona. That's cool. Again, that's probably, if for the general, a cooler system. But for me, I'm very interested in this second part, on-chain behavior, because again, this is more of a general analysis of a person. Again, the idea of holding versus dumping tokens, flipping versus collecting NFTs, that's really interesting to me, how it hopefully can understand. Again, it is AI, it probably has some sort of not bias to it, but per se, but not just a black and white system, but understanding how long you hold a token for. I hopefully also assume it takes into account when you get into a project, what time, if you're early adopter or whatever. That is probably one of the cooler parts for me in terms of how the system works. Very impressive technology there once it comes to fruition. Okay, so that's about it for the light paper. We're now going to move on to some opinions and what people are feeling on X. But then after that, we'll try and look at the wider scale of things. Relate this to more AI, crypto, and technology as a whole, themes and trends coming in the future. So I want to go through this article quickly. Again, I'm not going to read every word. It's a little paragraph. It just kind of highlights the idea of how cool the functionality is and how it actually provides something to people when they actually use the system and sign up. But the kind of security concerns. And one of the things I want to mention as I was signing up with it, and I kind of removed my Twitter account, was the permissions it allows itself when you sign up with Twitter. I could probably bring a screenshot up of the the kind of sign up page of the app and connect it to your Twitter, and you can see it's got a lot of permissions it wants from you. It can read and write, basically. It can read all your posts, which is fine. I get the reading side of things, but there's a lot of wanting to write with your Twitter, like things and post things, and I'm not comfortable with that. Again, that's a personal thing. You guys may be, and whatever, and 13,000 other people might be comfortable with it, as it mentioned, with 13,000 IDs already claimed. I'm not personally, too comfortable with the idea that this app can just allow itself to write whatever it wants to my Twitter. It can post whatever it wants. It can like whatever it wants. It can react however it wants to anything. So I'm kind of on the fence about that, and I can agree with this little article here, which kind of just basically talks about data privacy and kind of algorithm bias. So basically, if the algorithm kind of goes, again, not saying AI can just go haywire and all that sort of stuff, but again, it's kind of allowing this free reign of what it wants from your Twitter. Which if the permissions were just to read, that would be completely fine in my book. But I don't see what it needs for the writing. I really don't understand why it needs to write. Because if it's to post your reputation score, you can do that yourself. You can copy it yourself, and people can go see your wallet, let's say, and confirm it. I don't see what it needs all this permissions for to write to your Twitter. I do not see the point. So I quickly want to jam this into the video. It's not exactly related to X opinions from people, but I do want to say that you should be careful, okay, buying the tokens. Again, it mentioned on Twitter, we can go back to it actually, the official Black Mirror token is coming, and I'm sure they would update this when it actually releases. As we can see, there is a token here which is not worth a lot. Again, it's a tiny market cap as well. Just be careful, because they mentioned themselves. I could probably try and find it. I think it's quite low down on their Twitter. That's you shouldn't just go buy any token because people are trying to pretend, which as they always do with these projects. The same thing we had with Squid Game. So just to kind of mention that as well for people. So on the same topic of Twitter opinions and kind of the stir of Black Mirror in crypto, I just want to go through the main page of Black Mirror Crypto. We can see posts by them. I did also want to show this screenshot here, obviously talking about 13,000 people registered. There's a lot more now. 4 hours ago they posted 300,000 plus users have registered for the Black Mirror token. 300,000 identities tracked, reputation scores calculating, stories unfolding in real time. Yeah, all this stuff. So very cool. There's people posting guides here as well, which obviously this is a good system. It's a very basic process. You just kind of sign up with all your things. It kind of does all the work for you, and then you get your qualification. So that is obviously something to look at if you do need help. Again, a lot of this is also not going to be related exactly to the actual crypto project. But then you can see down here, this is the social ID as well. You get your username, you get a rating score and a description. So this is what the kind of NFT ID thing looks like. So just to point that out. But I think the opinions are very positive on this is just related to the actual series. I think I'll just show the screenshot as we talk. But I think the opinions are very positive as of yet. Again, obviously people are like, I don't know about the security concerns. And yes, this guy also seems to be having some issues as well with the site. Again, in my experience anyway, so far, obviously it might have been fixed. When I tried to sign up, there was no continuation through, to get the NFTs and whatnot. So, yeah, do bear that in mind. Do try again if you need to. I think people are majoritively happy about this. Again, I think one of the main points people have in general is the security concerns. Again, with the X API having full access to not only read but write to your X account, which I'm not fully sure on. Again, I don't think it's going to be horrible. Again, they are very heavily associated with, big projects out there in crypto and Black Mirror themselves. So I wouldn't assume they're going to do anything, awful. But just to, bear in mind, as a person, I don't really want to fully put my trust into a project I don't know the back end of. So just kind of that's the main point I would give for this section. So I want to zoom out a bit. I want to kind of talk about, as a people collective, why we're interested in this idea. Of allowing this project to just read everything we've ever done and assume a score on us. As are we a good crypto person? Are we a bad crypto person? I think it's not just a game. I don't think Black Mirror Club or Black Mirror Experience, whatever you want to call it, is a game. It's more of a reflection of where we are in entertainment and society with tech. It's always warned us, the show's always warned us about technology and the dark side of it, from surveillance and control. So this crypto game takes it a step further by making this actually interactive. I do think the development of this experience, again, in the name it's an experience, I do think there will be more involving the idea of trying to warn people that this is, it's Black Mirror at the end of the day. There's going to be something about it. And I do think that's one of the reasons why there's this API need for writing. I do think it's going to, in theory, go haywire. Because imagine, when you're watching a Black Mirror episode, it always goes wrong. Things always go wrong. Whenever you see the setup of, there's this AI which does this, or there's a chat room which does this, you already immediately know this is where the point of failure is going to be. And I think I want to tie that to this Black Mirror Club. I do think there's going to be two outcomes to this. I think there's going to be the actual logistical and functionality side of the things for Black Mirror, which is the airdrops and the systems you can use if you have a good score. But I also think there should be, if it's not already planned already, in my opinion, there should be that system where it starts to post things on people's Twitters and then delete it, or comments under people's posts, which is the AI talking and trying to break out. I do think there needs to be more of this immersive game. And again, the project hasn't, taken off too much. It's still getting, it's still in this phase of, if we go back to here, it's still being calculated. It's still happening. It's not happened yet. I would love to see some sort of interaction with people getting posted to. And again, like I said, I'm not saying people are going to hack you and steal everything and post all this stuff and get you banned or whatever. I do think there should be a certain system which immerses you and people who sign up to this into this game on Black Mirror. And again, we mentioned the idea of a community-driven episode. I do think that's another big step in the direction of Black Mirror and forming this idea of something going wrong or being something like an experiment. I do think that needs to be something focused on for this project to make it stand out heavily. And I think it would be a really big missed opportunity which would be disappointing if it never got, kind of explored, is the idea that it kind of goes haywire. Because again, this is Black Mirror. Remember that. This isn't just some random project. This is Black Mirror. So, what's the takeaway? Well, the Black Mirror experience is a bold experiment, blending entertainment, crypto, and AI in a way that feels both thrilling and unsettling. It offers players a chance to engage with Black Mirror's world, earn rewards, and maybe even shape its story. But it also raises big questions. How much of your digital life are you willing to hand over to an AI? Could gamified reputation systems pave the way for real-world control? And in a crypto space rife with scams, can you trust the system to play fair? People warn of a darker layer. Like any Black Mirror story, as AI and blockchain grow, projects like this could redefine gaming and social interaction. Or they could normalize surveillance under the guise of fun. The choice, much like Bandersnatch, might be ours for now. Well, that's the Black Mirror experience, a crypto game as thought-provoking as the show itself. What do you think? Are you ready to let Iris judge your reputation, or is it a bit too close to a dystopia? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I would love to see what you have to say. For more on tech, crypto, and the future, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. And until next time, keep an eye on your digital footprint. You never know who is watching. Thank you, and goodbye.